Imagine you've just spent hours in the kitchen, carefully planning and preparing a beautiful dinner for your family. You've chosen a new recipe, hoping to surprise everyone and maybe even start a new tradition. The table is set, the aroma fills the house, and you're filled with anticipation as everyone gathers around. You're excited to share this meal, eager to see their reactions, and maybe, just maybe, to hear a word of praise for your effort. But then, your mother-in-law sits quietly, picking at her food, her silence somehow louder than any criticism she could voice. The room feels heavy, and you sense her disapproval even without words. Later, she might casually mention how her son always loved her version of this dish more, or reminisce about the way she used to make it, as if to remind everyone of her place in the family. If she does offer a compliment, it's about the salt shakers or the table setting, the only things you didn't actually prepare yourself. These small, seemingly insignificant moments add up, leaving you feeling deflated and exhausted, as if you're playing a game you can never win, no matter how hard you try. It's not just about one awkward dinner or a single argument, it's a slow, steady erosion of your confidence, chipping away at your sense of belonging. The subtle digs, the withheld approval, and the constant comparisons make you question your worth and your place in the family. You find yourself trying harder and harder to please her, changing your cooking, your parenting style, even your appearance, hoping that if you just do things her way, you'll finally earn her approval. But that validation never comes. No matter what you do, it always feels just out of reach, leaving you feeling invisible and unappreciated. The real pain is realizing that your efforts will never be enough, not because of anything you've done, but because it's not really about the food or your actions. It's about her need for control and to remain at the center of attention. By undermining you, she reinforces her role as the family matriarch, making sure everyone knows who's in charge and keeping you on the outside. This dynamic is designed to keep you off balance, always seeking her approval, and never quite feeling secure in your own home. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward freeing yourself from her emotional grip. It's not your fault, and you're not alone in feeling this way. You're not imagining it. Her behavior is real, and it's genuinely hurtful. Your feelings are valid, even if others don't see what you're experiencing. It's important to validate your own feelings and trust your instincts, even when those around you might dismiss your experience. Remember, you have every right to protect your emotional well-being and to set boundaries that honor your needs. You deserve to feel safe, respected, and valued in your own family. What exactly is a narcissistic mother-in-law, and why does her behavior feel so overwhelming? Many people confuse narcissism with simple selfishness, but it goes much deeper than that. A narcissistic mother-in-law is driven by an intense need for admiration and validation, often at the expense of those around her. She craves attention, struggles to empathize with others, and insists on being the focal point of every family interaction. Her actions are not just about wanting things her way, they're about maintaining control and ensuring that all eyes are on her. She may interrupt conversations, dominate family gatherings, or even create drama to keep herself in the spotlight. In her eyes, her children, and you, her child-in-law, are not independent people, but extensions of herself. She expects you to meet her emotional needs, often disregarding your own boundaries and desires. Beneath her confident or even arrogant exterior lies a fragile self-esteem. She masks her insecurity with a sense of superiority, which can make her seem highly competitive, especially with you as her child's partner. Your close relationship with your partner can feel threatening to her, as it challenges her position as the most important woman in their life. This can lead to jealousy, possessiveness, and attempts to undermine your bond. Narcissistic mothers-in-law generally fall into two categories. The overt narcissist is loud, critical, and openly demanding, making her presence impossible to ignore. The covert narcissist, on the other hand, is more subtle. She may play the victim, use guilt, or act like a martyr to manipulate those around her. Regardless of the type, both lack genuine empathy and rely on manipulation, whether obvious or hidden, to maintain their sense of control and importance. Trying to explain your feelings or set boundaries often leads nowhere. She struggles to see things from your perspective, making healthy communication nearly impossible. But understanding these patterns can be empowering. It helps you realize that seeking her approval is a losing battle, and that your self-worth doesn't depend on her acceptance. Remember, her behavior is not your fault, and you are not responsible for fixing or changing her. You can only control your own responses and protect your emotional well-being. Recognizing these truths is the first step toward emotional freedom and building healthier boundaries for yourself and your relationship. Her criticism isn't about the details, it's about undermining your self-worth. When she questions your parenting or dismisses your achievements, she's planting seeds of doubt. This is strategic, not random, and it's deeply invalidating. Gaslighting, denying, twisting, or rewriting history makes you question your own reality. The pain is magnified because she's family, not a stranger. You hoped for a warm relationship, but instead face grief and disappointment. The constant tension strains your marriage and keeps you on edge. You're always anticipating the next jab, never truly relaxed. This chronic stress drains your energy and affects your health. The hurt isn't just in the moment, it's the ongoing toll of being perpetually on the defensive. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking free. Detaching from her opinion isn't about being cold, it's about protecting yourself. Her behavior reflects her own issues, not your worth. Practice the gray rock technique. Respond with neutral, non-committal answers. Don't defend or explain. Give her nothing to react to. Your emotional response is her fuel. Cut it off, and she loses interest. Build your self-worth independently of her approval. Surround yourself with people who value and support you. Her criticism becomes insignificant against genuine support. Observe her behavior like a scientist. Notice patterns without getting drawn in. Shift from participant to observer to create emotional distance. Recognize her tactics, guilt-tripping, backhanded compliments, and see them as predictable, not personal. This intellectualizes the interaction and removes its power over you. You can't control her, but you can control your response. Boundaries aren't about controlling her, they're about protecting yourself. Identify specific behaviors you won't accept, like unsolicited advice or unannounced visits. Communicate boundaries clearly and calmly using I statements. For example, I need you to call before coming over. Don't blame, just state your limit and the consequence. Enforce boundaries consistently, even when she pushes back. She may test you, but your resolve is key. Each time you enforce a boundary, you reinforce your seriousness. Setting boundaries is self-respect, not selfishness. You may feel guilty at first, but remind yourself you deserve respect. Your partner's support helps, but you can set boundaries on your own. Your home should be your sanctuary. Boundaries keep it safe. Living with a narcissistic mother-in-law requires creating both internal and physical space. Structure your household with clear routines to minimize friction. Designate a private space that's yours alone, your sanctuary. Make it clear you're not to be disturbed there. Fill it with things that bring you comfort and joy. Limit the personal information you share. Keep conversations polite but superficial. Redirect probing questions to neutral topics. Protect your inner world from her intrusion. Get out of the house regularly. Walks, hobbies, time with friends. These activities remind you your life is bigger than this relationship. Replenish your spirit so you can handle challenges at home. After a tough day, emotional recovery is essential. Think of it as emotional hygiene, cleansing your mind of negativity. Use your senses to ground yourself. Light a candle, sip tea, wrap in a blanket, listen to music. Give yourself time to reset after tense encounters. Physical movement, walking, stretching, dancing, helps release stress. Notice how your body feels. It brings you back to the present. Journaling is another powerful tool. Write down your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This helps untangle emotions and see things clearly. You're writing for yourself, creating a safe space to process. Self-care rituals are your antidote to her invalidation. Your happiness matters. It's not selfish, it's necessary. You deserve to feel joy, peace, and fulfillment every single day, no matter what anyone else says or does. When you make your happiness a priority, you're not taking away from others. You're simply honoring your own needs and well-being. Her agenda is to make her happiness central. Yours is to prioritize your own. You can't control her mood or her actions, but you can choose to protect your energy and focus on what uplifts you. Remember, you are not responsible for managing anyone else's emotions. Focus on the good in your life, not just her negativity. Notice the small moments of beauty and kindness that surround you. Let yourself savor the things that bring you comfort and joy, even if they seem simple. Start a gratitude practice. List 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple habit can shift your mindset and help you see the abundance in your life, even during challenging times. This retrains your brain to see the positive. Over time, you'll find it easier to notice what's going well, and your resilience will grow. Invest in relationships that nourish you, your partner, your friends. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small. Build rituals of connection that are just for you and your loved ones. These moments of togetherness create a sense of belonging and remind you that you are valued. Nurture friendships that make you feel good about yourself. Choose to spend time with those who lift you up and encourage you to be your authentic self. Give yourself permission to be happy, even if she isn't. Your joy is not dependent on her approval or her mood. You are allowed to feel good, regardless of what's happening around you. She may try to sabotage your joy. Don't let her. Set boundaries to protect your peace, and don't be afraid to say no to negativity. Celebrate your successes, pursue your passions, and live fully. Every step you take toward your own happiness is a victory worth honoring. Your happiness is your birthright and your best defense. When you stand in your joy, you become resilient to negativity and inspire others to do the same. Living joyfully is the most powerful statement you can make. Choose happiness every day and let it be the foundation for the life you truly want. Dealing with a narcissistic mother-in-law can feel isolating, but you're not alone. Many others share your struggle and understand your pain. There's a silent community that gets it. The journey is about self-discovery, self-protection, and self-love. Unlearn the habit of seeking her approval. Approve of yourself instead. Seek support therapy, online groups, or friends who understand. Sharing your story breaks the isolation and validates your feelings. Hope is your most powerful asset. You can build a joyful life. You have the power to change your responses and protect your peace. You are the author of your story. Choose how it unfolds.